And if you want to take out the ticks, you're gonna have to use your teeth. And this is Joker. Previously the bogus drummer. He hit something, I don't know what the fuck. Well, he hit the point right now, I don't know what I gotta say. Here we go.
Welcome. I forgot. Oh, I was going to say I forgot where I put my regular glasses, but I've got them. They don't help too much because I still can't see. But welcome. I tell you, sometimes this man will set his skateboard on fire and do some kick flips just for his friends to see, because not every stunt is for publicity. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pepito. Ooh, and we got the sound alert. Double applause for Pepito, who did this soy chorizo. Wow. So good. You crushed it. Golly. I love that sound alert. But, Pepito, I have to ask you, it's imperative. How the hell are you?
So good.
What the That's not... Okay. Well, I am thrilled to hear that you are so good. We have a big episode to get to this week. So why don't we just lock ourselves into our giant blocks of ice? Because this is episode 41 of Caveman News, Publicity Stunts. Wow. Pepito, are you hearing the beat?
I hear it.
Okay, I'm seeing in the chat that it was not being heard, so I gotta take out my magnifying glass. What is this? I don't know. Oh, I think I know what the problem was. Okay. Let me go back to the chat. Let me go over one window. Okay. He was busting a move. Okay.
And here's what I think of Trump's wall.
Golly. That's one of our newest sound alerts, and I really love that one. Michelle Lujan, bust that wall. There's still one more sound alert that's new. I encourage you to find it. But Pepito, I think I solved the mystery about why your beat wasn't playing for everybody. So we're going to listen to it again. Do you have any objections to that?
No. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. One more time. Pepito's beat for this episode, episode 41, publicity stunts.
Publicity stunt. What happened?
Here in New Mexico.
The worst oops moment. America was spellbound as run through walls.
We gotta bust through some walls.
He's running amok at this point.
Bust through some walls.
Police say theme seeker.
One of the craziest marketing strategies I ever pulled off.
The elaborate hoax that captivated the nation.
There's more to the story.
Publicity stunt.
Have you ever seen such marketing?
Publicity stunt.
By a bear, kissed by a camel, riding an elephant, or riding a tiger while riding an elephant. The animal.
Get those big sips.
Publicity stunt. What happened?
Here in New Mexico.
Wow. I think that came through. Okay, Soy Teresa in the chat says great beat, and Pepito, you know me, I have to agree. It's imperative.
It's imperative.
Absolutely. Can you turn yourself up a little bit? I always feel like I'm yelling and you're whispering.
The reviews are in.
Who wants to hear that? Who needs me overpowered in their ears? I don't think anybody does.
No.
But before we went live, you and I were just discussing that this is an action-packed episode. We have a ton to get to. Am I right?
So much.
Absolutely. But one of the things that, just last minute under the radar came in was a call from our movie consultant. I don't want to say movie expert, because while that is his expertise, the movies, he has a different role. We'll say he's the movie consultant for this show. Do you know who that is?
Oh my, the one and only Sean Nogas.
Absolutely. And
so
you
blessed.
may be surprised to hear, he got another phone number. He is calling from a different number, so that really, it puts the test to the crack staff here at Caveman News. How do we remember this new number? How are we going to remember Sean's number? So, I will say his new number is 575 6 80 50 72. What do you think?
80, 50, 72.
6 80 50 72. That is the new number, and I say let's call it. Why don't you call my phone? We have our new phone, and the number is posted up. Why don't you call that so I can answer you, and we can three-way call. Oh, here we go. Pepito, is that you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, excellent. Now, let's do a three-way call. Oof, I haven't memorized this phone yet. Where's my magnifying glass? Okay. Let's see. Where's my... Okay, I see the right button to press. So I'm going to hit this. Okay, I'm getting the new dial tone. 575 6 80 50 72. And then I'm going to hit this to merge the calls. Okay. You still there, Pepito?
Something's happened. I'm no longer on the call.
What?
Did you hear me?
I didn't hang up.
I know I'm on. I can't hear the phone ringing. He's not picking up.
All right. Leave him a message.
Hi, it's Sean. I cannot get to the phone right now, but if you go ahead and send me a text message or, leave a voicemail,
Oh, okay.
I will get back to you shortly. Thanks. Hope to hear from you soon. And one love.
Okay. Hey, Sean, it's been weeks and we're struggling here waiting for a movie review. It's becoming kind of an issue. Do you have anything to say to him, Pepito?
You're behind by weeks.
Yeah, Pepito says you're behind. And
I could have done your segment by now.
okay, I'm not going to tell you what Pepito just said because it was kind of incendiary, but expect this call to your number 575-680-5072 a week from now. Later.
Hive mindful. I have my mindful candle. Nothing. I have a candle that says mindful and I just realized it.
Hive mindful. Yes, absolutely. Pepito, that didn't work. Oh God, hang on.
That's me. Don't answer it.
Oh.
I was still on the line.
You're playing games on my
called
phone.
you back.
You were. I thought you said you were
Phone
off
tag.
the line. Golly.
Well, I
This is
was
confusing.
audibly, but yeah,
Okay.
it was.
Whatever.
I think we're
Whatever. Let's move on. As we say, there's a lot to get to this
Sean's
episode. And I was already expecting that Sean wasn't going to answer at 575-680-5072. And he didn't answer. But we did get a call last week right as we were going live. And unfortunately, they called it our old Google Voice number instead of our new fancy landline here, 575. Hey, man, let's hear the song. You got your stuff unmuted, Pepito?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
575-689-2606.
Ooh, I love that jingle. It's golden. It's beautiful.
What a good jingle.
It is. But here is the voicemail
One of
that
the
we...
best voices.
Who is?
That one. That voice. The
Oh, yeah. It's an alright voice. I don't hate it. Yeah. Hive Mindful in the chat is just repeating Sean Norris's phone number. Wait. I'm just looking back at the chat really quick. And it says, Pepito, you ate. Very auspicious, says
Thank
Soy
you.
Teresa. So, big thank you from Pepito. Here is the voicemail we got and didn't hear until the end of last week's show. This is in reference to astrology, and let's hear what the caller had to say.
I was calling in for the astrology show this week, and I wanted to ask if you guys think that astrology is more useful for day-to-day predictions or for longer-term predictions like month-to-month or year, something like that. Thank you.
What do you think, Pepito?
Both. Depending on the astrologers.
Right. But, I mean, we have one of the best astrologers in the game, Cindy Boutel. I did send her that answering machine message because it was meant for her. So let's hear her response.
Hey there, it's Cindy. I was on the show last Sunday. Someone asked a question that we didn't get to answer, and I was told to call back and give an answer. So
yeah.
I believe the question from a listener was if it's better to use astrology for day-to-day predictions, or if it's better to use it long term, like for a month at a time or maybe years, seasons, that sort of thing. And I really struggled because I wasn't sure how to choose. And I think it's because it's largely the type of thing that would depend on a case-by-case basis if you were going to answer a specific way. But anyway, I think I'll just tell you what I do when it comes to horoscopes. I do check them daily. I'm more likely to check them daily as opposed to looking at a month or a week ahead, because daily is more specific and easier for me to digest. And then most of the time, they're pretty accurate. They're right on in some way or another. But I've been looking for years, and so it's easy for me to understand all the different things that could be applied. I mean, if for example, my horoscope says, hey, you know, you're going to have, you probably run into a long-lost friend today, and be open to that because it may show you new horizons or something. Well, of course, that's very vague and generic, and in some ways you could read it very black and white, like I'm going to run into an old friend, and you know, if that's the approach you have, you're not going to have a lot of accuracy, but if you kind of open your mind to, you could run into an old professor, or you could revisit a place you haven't been to in a long time. Something throughout the day is going to remind you of the past. And of course, that is the type of thing that a person says, well, that's stupid, you're really reaching. But it's not stupid, because it works for me, and I find fulfillment throughout my day because of it. And so, you know, if that doesn't work for you, then astrology is probably not for you, and it doesn't have to be. But what I really wanted to say was, if the person who called in and asked that question wanted to discuss further, you should reach out to Conda and ask him for my contact information, because I would be happy to email that back and forth to you. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks.
Wow. So there's your answer.
So
Pepito.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And she hopes that people enjoy this episode of the show. And golly. Okay, I was just checking the chat really quick. But yeah. See, here's one thing that happened. When we had Cindy on the show last week, I'm monitoring the chat, and I saw a message that popped up that said, I can't remember the username, but it was like, first time chat. And it said something that I didn't understand, and it said allow or don't allow. And I didn't allow that chat to come through. And then it turned out to be from Cindy's friend Binks. I forgot that name, Binks, but the chat was from Binks. So I thought that getting Cindy on the show, having an astrology expert, somebody with that bona fide, was bringing in some new eyes to Caveman News, this mysterious Binks. And I was thinking, okay, now Binks is watching the show, and that's who called in. But turns out Cindy didn't recognize who that caller was either. Did you recognize their voice, Pepito?
No. I wish I did, but I did not.
Yeah, same here. I'm very confused. I don't know who watches this show and why they're doing this to us, but they are. That kind of takes care of the stuff that we had to get to, I believe, from last week. So I say we should start the show proper. But before that, we forgot something this week, and we forgot it last week, I believe, as well, Pepito. Do you know what that is?
Sheesh. Incense lighting?
Yes, absolutely. Will you hit me with some incense lighting music?
Sure.
I'm seeing in the chat, thank gosh that incense lighting is back. And I tried to pick up the incense so everybody could see the billowing smoke, but it's very hot. Look, now the smoke dies down. That is unfortunate.
Careful.
Papito, let's start the show proper.
Should wear your pot holders.
I know. I've got a sick pot holder. Maybe I'll get it on if we watch YouTube's later or something. But right now, I am on duty.
Straight up.
Hang on. What does this chat say? Oh, I have one too. Okay. Hive Mindful says, thank gosh, incense lighting is back. And then Soy Teresa says, all the cool kids are doing it. Soy Teresa, ooh, I have one too. And then Soy Teresa says, oh, pot holders. So maybe that's what she was talking about. But do you have any incense going on your side of the room over there, Pepito?
Just my mindful candle of sage, eucalyptus, and white cedar. But
that's why you're so mindful. I was wondering how you did it, how you do it like that. But I guess that's why. Or how. Whatever, man. You get it.
Man.
You understand. Okay.
You's a fool, baby. What's wrong with you, man? Sick.
Sick. Who did that? Okay. Pepito played our second new sound alert. I love that one. Tawando, use a fool, baby. Sick. Soy Teresa says Bayaba. And Hive Mindful says, use a fool, baby. What's wrong with you? Sick. Golly, that's true. I need to make a shirt that says use a fool, baby. Golly. Okay. Pepito, let's start talking about publicity stunts.
Yes.
Have you ever done a publicity stunt?
All the time, every day.
Everything's publicity for you?
Yep.
No. I can see it. Well, a lot of the research for this episode was put together by our producer, Nico. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she did a lot of the footwork on this episode, so props to her, I guess, or whatever. Let's start things off. Can you read this one? Oof, this is a heady read.
Friday, November 21st, 1947.
Yes.
Watch gets a jolt. Herb Weber and Bill Davis dropped a watch out of an airplane over Carlsbad today, and the watch apparently suffered no ill effects from the drop. The watch, a shockproof Weiler from Gossett's Jewelry, was dropped from the airplane at 500 feet altitude as a publicity stunt while Gossett and others looked on. The watch was dropped near the baseball field at the municipal beach and almost landed in the Pecos River. Even the crystal did not break, and the watch was running when recovered. It will be exhibited in Gossett's show window. Gossett said he won a suit of clothes from Cecil Elrod over the outcome of the test. The event was photographed by Tex Helm. What a watch!
What? Was that it?
Oh,
are you saying something?
I said, what a watch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. A Derek Gossett. That's what was the last thing you bought from Gossett's Jewelry?
I might have been in there once. I don't know.
Oh, you were just casing the place? I see.
Looking around.
Yeah, Soy Teresa in the chat says, I want to see that suit. And I agree. I don't know. Who does it say that he bet?
Oh,
I want to suit off somebody.
Cecil Elrod.
Cecil Elrod. Yeah, I'd love to find that suit. Maybe with some further research, I can find that. But yeah, they dropped the watch out of the plane, and it did it. And here's some of the guys. Can you read that caption? I can't see it. It's too small.
Herb Weber, Bill Davis, watch Bombardier, and Adair Gossett, watch Used and Drop. Oh, that's cool.
Yep, that's the one. And then there he is. There's Mr. Adair Gossett with the miraculous surviving watch. And Soy Trees in the chat says, what a name, Adair Gossett.
Yeah.
And I agree completely. And in fact, I know I have something to that effect. Let's see, is it on this page? I think. See, I've got this little button here, and it's kind of shaped like a gear. And I think that's the flower button, and that's the one I should hit. Boom! Text from my grandpa. Here we go. Adair was known as the Little Flower. I never knew why! Exclamation point. Question mark. As a jeweler, he was most well known for his annual robberies! Exclamation point. A former mayor. So, yeah, I don't exactly know what that's about, but maybe we should investigate the history of bank robberies here in Carlsbad.
Yeah. Should call up Mr. Gossett.
I know. Oh. Yeah. Soy Trees in the chat says, producer Grandpa, he's got jokes. Love him. And Hive Mindful says, WTF, Grandpa dropped a truth bomb. And he really did. He's told me numerous times that Adair Gossett's nickname amongst the boys of the, what year? I don't know. Whatever year he was around the most, everybody called him Little Flower. And I don't know why. Why do you think that is?
Because he was beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Okay. So this was 1947. That's when that stuff was going down.
Yeah. It's like a very simple man.
Yeah. Adair?
I don't know. I was just kidding.
Oh. Well, don't kid. Soy Teresa says he looks like Barton Fink.
That's who it is.
Who? Adair does?
From the Coen movie.
Yeah. Gosh, I've been wanting to rewatch that. I was rewatching Hive Mindful says he is a delicate little flower. And he is. I think there's no shame in it. But I was watching for the first time. You're familiar with Nicholas Winding Refn? Winding?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
your friend.
Yes, of course. I can't wait to have him on the show. That's going to be incredible.
That will happen.
Of course. And just we're only, what?
Stacy,
which month is it?
Big Steve.
We're still only 9 months into this show. So give us some time, and possibly Refn will be on here. Yeah, season 3. There you go. Perfect. Put it in stone. But last night I watched the first English language movie of Refn.
Oh.
It's the one that came out before Bronson. Great movie. But watched that last night, and John Turturro was in it and walking down a hotel hallway a few times, and golly, it made me want to rewatch Barton Fink. You've seen Barton Fink, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Soy Trees in the chat says, "Oh yeah, you were watching that. You put it on for you to watch by yourself." And okay, I'll admit it. Soy Teresa is the one that put on that movie, but I would have watched it eventually, wouldn't I?
Of course.
I don't know. It was probably. She produces. Okay, Soy Teresa says no. And I'm just going to have to disagree. Let's move on to our next publicity stunt. Let me look here. What is this? I don't know why I made it this. Ooh, here we go. 72 consecutive hours. When's the last time you did anything for 72 hours?
I don't do things that long, I guess.
Jeez. That's embarrassing. You should.
I should try. Pick some of these things up.
What year is this? I hit the button. Okay, what year is that? Can you see?
Oh, it's 39.
Okay, 1939. Let's move on to the next slide. Masked Marvel to perform endurance drive in Carlsbad. This is February 2nd, 1939. The Masked Marvel, who defies time and fatigue, will make his appearance here Saturday in a 72-hour automobile endurance drive. William Flynn of Flynn Motors Incorporated announced today. 72 hours of driving. And this is 1939. When were cars invented?
Very a little bit earlier than that. You're right.
Yeah, it was before 1939. But I'm saying cars hadn't been around that long. Don't you think?
Yes. Are you okay? He defies time and fatigue anyway, so this is.
Yeah, exactly. He's outside of time. But yeah, driving a car through Carlsbad for 72 hours straight. That sounds awesome. I think you could make 73.
I'll try that next week.
I know we have it planned that, okay, let's see, 2025, that's the year we're bringing back the two outlaw cities of Carlsbad, Phoenix and Lone Wolf. And then 2026, and I'm going to run for mayor of both of them. That's our goal for next year. And then the year after that, 2026, you're going to do the human bomb routine that we learned about in the stunts episode.
And scale the courthouse.
For sure. And then, yeah, you're going to scale the courthouse and do the human bomb routine on top of the courthouse. And then 2027, what do you think? Do you think we can pull off a 73-hour?
Yeah, especially with everything's electric.
I got a message. This looks like from Cindy. It says first time chat, no breaks, and then double question marks.
Yeah, you had to break.
Yeah, Soy Teresa in the chat says driving from Sonic to Sonic for 73 hours. But anyway, I'm saying we don't have a goal, something for us to accomplish in 2027. So I say one of us should try to do the drive the Masked Marvel. Don't you think?
We shall defeat your record.
Yeah, 73 hours. 2027, 73 hours of driving without a break. And I have one more from this. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Thursday, February 2nd, 1939. Handcuffed to the steering wheel of a Packard automobile, the Masked Marvel will start on the 72-hour grind at the motor company at 2 p.m. Saturday. The man will drive night and day during the 72 hours, keeping the car in constant motion, and will stop only to observe traffic regulations. He will demonstrate the durability and dependability of the Flynn Motors used cars in the test. Several Carlsbad business firms will cooperate with Flynn Motors in sponsoring the nonstop 72-hour endurance drive. At the close of the drive, the Masked Marvel will sleep in the window of the local store.
Fuck yeah.
I want to sleep in the window of a local
Is
store.
that the end of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Local store. Getting some laughter in the chat, and that's fine, but this is very serious. This is 72 hours of driving. What would you do if that happened today and you were here in Carlsbad? Would you go out and try to find him?
Yes, I would cheer him on.
You would just like park somewhere and stand and cheer?
Toss him some energy drinks.
Oh my gosh. I think if that were happening today, I would have a license, a driver's license, and a car, and I would just go out following him. And I think I would try to keep up with him for the 72 hours, and then whenever he stopped, just go one more hour. Don't you think?
Yeah, just psych him out. Make him think he stopped.
He did stop. He was handcuffed, and then he took a nap in the local store window.
That part sounds fun.
Absolutely.
Go to a store.
I know. Ooh, gosh, we have so much to get to tonight. I have a couple of more publicity stunts. This next one is a CD 104. What do you call it? DJ? Disc jockey? What's your experience of listening to Carlsbad's favorite radio station, CD 104?
There's Steve in the morning.
Right. What about him?
Oh. And then Us at Night.
I don't remember that.
The short-lived hipster hour where
was that
calling
the one that
requests.
played your band?
I got to. Yeah. Several local bands got air.
Well, I'm talking specifically about your band, the band that you drove to prominence. Edgar, that's EDGRR. That was Pepito's high school band.
Which is now...
What?
Which is now an infamous haircut.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's trying to copy you and name their haircuts after your band, but we know the originators. You were the original Edgar, and CD 104 played some of your music, and I remember staying up late that night to hear it. It was thrilling. Did you stay up and listen when Edgar was played?
Of course. I was at my friend's house.
Absolutely. Okay, Cinderoni, I think that's what it says. Us at Night was so good. Their favorite drink was vanilla Dr. Pepper. And that's crazy, and that seems pointed because I am probably the reigning vanilla Dr. Pepper fan this side of the Mississippi.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's if they're trying to come for me and my personal tastes, but I do feel threatened to hear that was their favorite drink. What's your favorite drink?
Oh, Jarritos, pineapple, or ginger ale.
This guy. Yes. Okay, let's start it. CD 104. This woman you see before you is Tanya. Can you read this one at all?
Fuck yeah. 104 FM and Phil Carroll present Dr. Silkini and his original Frozen Alive. See Tanya St. John of CT104 entombed in over 5,000 pounds of solid ice for 48 hours. The public is invited to Phil Carroll's Chevrolet Buick to see the coolest lady in town. Here, Tanya broadcasts live and direct from inside her Arctic tomb. The Frozen Alive is an amazing demonstration of controlled conditions and was created by hypnotist and mystery man Dr. Silkini. This event has not been on tour since '69. This is the first time for Carlsbad. Don't miss Dr. Silkini's 2-hour great ghost show, America's original thrill chill review. Hot dogs, cokes, snacks, balloons. Starts Thursday, March 26th at 12 noon. Put a freeze on drugs.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think of that as a publicity stunt?
That's amazing. I didn't read the part earlier where she broadcasted live from inside.
Exactly. And what does it say? Does it say 5,000 pounds?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes? Okay.
I want to see what Dr. Silkini was wearing.
Jeez, I don't even know. That guy sounds like he's a menace. That just sounds like the name of a bad dude to be called Silkini. I don't know. I wouldn't trust him.
It was a little off-putting.
Yeah, but 5,000 pounds. I think you could do 6. And I really wish there was a... What? Hello?
No, continue.
No, I'm asking you. You said something. I want to hear what it was. I say it's too much.
Oh, we're just gonna up the ante. We're just gonna up the ante on every publicity stunt we go through.
Exactly.
So we have like a list of stunts now.
I mean, at least
I have to
until
perform.
they give us the keys to the city.
Sure. That's
So
what it's
Therese
for.
in the chat says he's got the glitchy Happy Valley internet connection right now.
Shut up.
But the audio is great though.
Cool.
And so
As long as I'm
also
heard.
said she had both the whatever you said, Doritos pineapple?
Yes.
And vanilla Dr. Pepper in the last couple of days.
Ooh.
She's just fronting. She's always
Sipping on the biz.
bragging. Golly, if you had a pineapple Doritos right now, we would just be hitting the big sip sound alert all night.
I had to cut myself.
You would not be able to put it down.
I had to stop.
Yes. Oh, Soy Teresa says, no, I had Pina Doritos and ginger ale, which I don't care. I'm not a ginger ale man. Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my
love
god, you're crazy, dude.
So good.
Sometimes I wonder about you.
Well, sometimes I wonder about you.
Shh.
But I don't
Better
mind.
take it back.
Us.
Okay. I have one last publicity stunt that is near and dear to my heart that I want to get to. But before that, I have some extra buttons on my little thing here. What is this one? Let's see. Okay, this is way too much. This one's Carlsbad Caves, 1954. The boys down at the Carlsbad Current Argus think that the report of a huge cave in Kentucky is merely a publicity stunt. If anyone ever comes along with an authentic cave that is even almost as big as the Carlsbad Cavern, all Carlsbad has to do is to open up another cave that is several times as big. Boom. In your face, Kentucky. You think you got the big caves, but it's all publicity stunt. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to echo the criticisms laid out by the Current Argus in
The facts.
1954. Guess what?
Size matters.
Carlsbad still has the better cave than Kentucky or wherever.
Kentucky seems real pretty, and they
Oh
do
my
have
God,
a lot of
why are
nice
you-
caves.
Don't say that. There are enemies. They're trying to say they got a bigger cave than us.
Cool geology. Oh.
Ugh, that is weak. I don't dig it.
That's-
I say, Cinderoni says Kentucky Caves, and both with a K, and I agree.
Okay.
I'm trying to see the rest of the chat here. Yeah, Cinderoni says Kentucky Caves sounds dumb in all capital letters, and I must agree. But Beetle, let's go on to our final publicity stunt of the night.
Ooh.
Let's see. Oh gosh, I can't tell what these things are, and I forget. Okay, all right. I got it. I know where I'm at. So we're gonna go here. This is the publicity stunt that I was the most excited to learn about. And what is this? Oh, I have no idea what this button does. Oh, I think this is another little excerpt to hit before we get to our final story of the night. Will you read this one?
Okay.
Oh shit, never mind. That should go at the end. Okay. You ready for our last publicity stunt?
Yes. La Ultimo.
First of all, La Ultima, yeah, she's in the chat, I'm pretty sure. But first of all, Pepito, I would like you to tell me what the Ducky Affair is.
Oh, sweet. Well, there's this canal that runs along Carlsbad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it begins, but usually the Ducky Affair is at around First Street by Benjamin Moore.
Okay.
But we learned the other episode that they do at the new water
You
park,
haven't said what it is yet. What is it?
where we race a bunch of little ducks, little plastic ducks, and you have
Rubber ducks?
like a number for each one.
Yeah. Okay, so the Ducky Affair, put on by the Assistants League of Carlsbad, and basically they go around selling these tickets that have numbers on them in the build up to the Ducky Affair. And you buy a ticket and it has a number on it, and then on the day of the Ducky Affair, they drop a huge dump truck full of tons of rubber ducks with all these different numbers on them. They drop them into the canal, and you run along beside them as they all wash down to the canal, and they have a finish line set up, and whatever duck crosses that finish line first gets $1,000. And if you had the ticket with that number on it, you get that $1,000. And then the last place, the last duck to cross the line, gets $500. And in between the first and the last, they will randomly pick certain ducks, look at the number, and say that number won a prize. Does that make sense?
Totally.
I think it makes the most sense in the world. So, with that in mind, here is something that predated it. Can you read this one?
Friday, July 3rd, 1936. 9:30 a.m. Rattlesnake Derby. Ooh. Fireman's Park. Admission $1 per person. $500 cash prize. 10 a.m. Water Carnival at Municipal Beach. Free cash prizes for contest winners. 1 p.m. Colorful Cowboy Parade. What?
Oh,
Participants.
yeah. I think I just wanted the first
Okay.
thing read about the
Rattlesnake
Derby.
That's awesome.
And here's a photo. Can you read the caption? That's so small.
Oh, this isn't a drunkard's dream. It's a collection of rattlesnakes snared in a single day for Carlsbad's annual Rattlesnake Derby. It takes more than a barrel of snakes to stage the unusual reptile race. Snakes are placed in the arena just as they were removed from their native haunts, their fangs untouched.
Yes, absolutely. Ooh, nice close up of your microphone. I don't think we've.
The news.
Well, I don't remember if we've ever looked at your microphone. Can you hold it up to the camera? Let's go to your close up. Look at that. That is beautiful. I love it. I'm gonna copy it.
Caveman News. The number
Absolutely.
one carlsbad news source.
Hey there, it's Cindy. I was on the show last Sunday.
And if you want to pick out the ticks, you're going to have to use your teeth.
Ay. Do you have any idea what he's talking about in that voicemail?
Hey there, it's
astrology
Oh.
this week.
The astrology guy?
No. Hang on, I'll go back to it. Let's go one more time to the intro.
And if you want to pick out the ticks, you're going to have to use your teeth. And this is Joker. Previously the bogus drummer. He hit something, I don't know what the fuck. Well, he hit the point right now, I don't know what I gotta say. Here we go.
Okay.
Pick the ticks with your teeth.
Yeah, I don't understand what that is. That was Shia, our I forgot. I made the credits. I think he's listed as the gambling consultant for Caveman News.
It should be poet.
Absolutely. He's also a poet, but that was his message that he left on the Caveman News answering machine, the one right here. And that was him getting in contact after being unavailable during our gambling episode, which was unfortunate. I really wanted him to be here. Soy Teresa in the chat says, I like your Roadrunner 2, Pepito. I like the Here We Go part. That's what Soy Teresa says.
Oh, yeah.
I really like that. I think that might be a sound alert. Is the Shia Here We Go.
Here we go.
But let's talk more about the Rattlesnake Derby.
Yeah.
Okay, that was our thing.
These snakes.
Can you read this one?
The Rattlesnakes Derby was conducted by Merwin, Snakey Campbell, who gathered the poisonous rattlers by the dozens for the big event, although the whole thing bordered on lottery. Carlsbad's glamour girls of the 30s and businessmen and civic leaders joined in the ticket sell campaign.
Yes.
Girls.
Glamour girls. And yeah, let's look at some glamour girls. So, in case it's not clear, the way you win the Rattlesnake Derby acted a lot like the modern day ducky affair, but instead of rubber ducks with numbers written on them that float down the stream, the Rattlesnake Derby was all rattlesnakes caught by this man, Snakey Campbell, that had numbers on them, and then they put them in the middle of a circle, and whichever one, crawled out of the circle quickest, that's who won. It's basically the ducky affair, but with rattlesnakes instead.
Snake Farm.
And let's take a look at
Snake Farm. Pretty much chicken.
What Soy Teresa here says, need me a Carlsbad Glamour Girl satin bomber jacket. Absolutely.
From the 30s.
Let's take a look at the Glamour Girls.
Oh.
Ooh la la. They got it like that. Can you read that?
Oh. The attractive young women holding the cards to publicize dates of the big celebration 16 years ago were Carlsbad glamour girls of the 30s. They are Mrs. Lyndall Sadler, Melba Larry, Mrs. Ralph Lennon, Kathleen Sink, now of Artesia, Mrs. Buck Zimmerman, Wanda Brooks, now of Los Angeles. These girls are moving and shaking all over the place.
Yes, they are.
From the 30s.
Absolutely. So, these glamour girls would get together and, you know, sell the tickets. I would buy them off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe when we start doing live shows here in Carlsbad, we can get glamour girls to advertise and sell tickets for us. Maybe.
Maybe.
Could be.
Fiverr.
But, yes. But, I heard you say something about Artesia.
That lady, she moved to Artesia.
I wonder why. Can you read this one?
Pecos Pete, sling young rattlesnake from the Campbell stables, crossed the line in 10 minutes today to win the first rattlesnake derby for J.H. Randall, Artesia, and a $500 purse.
Yeah. So, and what year is this?
36.
1936. They let an Artesian win the rattlesnake derby. That's just embarrassing. I've got my, oh gosh, the cord isn't long enough, but I got my Stream Deck here, and the thumbs down is the icon I have for the Artesia winner. That's despicable stuff. Now, here is Snakey. This is Snakey Campbell, the man who would gather all the rattlesnakes for the rattlesnake derby. And he is posing here with his wife, who also helped. I mean, she got the rattlesnakes too. I don't know if her name's like Snakette or something like that. It could be.
Rattles.
But as I was saying, a lot of these publicity stunt stories were found by our producer, Nico. And this is one of the first ones she sent me about the rattlesnake derby and how it was kind of fronted by this man, Snakey Campbell. And when she sent me information about him, I found, or she told me, I didn't find out, she told me, blah, 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 whatever. Snakey Campbell worked for Misco, which was a company that my great-grandfather started, Grandpa Elmer. We've talked about him on this show many times. Yeah. You remember Great-Grandpa Elmer?
Oh, yeah. And he told me that story about Misco and the trailers.
I'm about to get there. Why are you spoiling?
Because that's a caveman news thing that we do here.
That is a caveman news. See, for those unaware, I used to keep everything for the show completely under lock and key so that Pepito could have no idea what was being discussed at all, because I didn't want him to ever have the opportunity to say, I knew about that, or you told me this. But we've kind of gotten lax with our rules, and now Pepito has advanced knowledge of everything, so he's all knowing. But Snakey Campbell worked for my great-grandpa Elmer at Misco. Great-grandpa Elmer started a business with his brothers called the Mine Supply Company. It was very good. And so when I saw that Snakey Campbell kind of headed up Misco, and that was an offshoot of Mine Supply, I contacted my grandfather. I said, did you know Snakey Campbell? Do you have any Snakey Campbell stories? So I got some text messages back. Okay. Here we go. This is from my grandfather, and it says, Ansley worked for Elmer off and on. Nice guy. Posse buddy. Elmer sold trailers at cost. never made a dime, and everyone had a trailer. And then it's like the emoji that's a exclamation point, but it's also a heart. Right?
Yeah. He loved that guy did that. That was a cool thing.
Yeah. And then, well, that was Ansley. I don't know who Ansley is. Cinderoni in the chat says Grandpa's the best. And I must agree, I am biased, but he is the best. And then he sent this follow-up. Ansley equals Snakey, just in case you were befuddled, confused, any of those things. So that's what Grandpa had to say about Snakey Campbell. And do I have anything else about Snakey Campbell I wanted to say? Let's see, we got his picture up, didn't we? Okay.
Is that him?
Where? There in the
Like
the picture?
Main picture. Yeah.
That's a cartoon. That's not a real person.
Oh, I mean, that's not a depiction of him.
Nah, I don't know. This is I don't know. Well, let's see. I've got the background right here. Why don't we make the background in front of us, and then we can see what?
You don't have to do that.
Well, I've already started. There we go. Oh, can you read it?
Carlsbad startled the world with its rattle. Yes, it was the first of its kind, and the event was given wide publicity in newspapers, magazines, and newsreels. The Rattlesnake Derby was a special attraction back in the 30s, and at the Cavern City Cavalcade, a 4th of July time celebration that also offered a variety of entertainment, including something. But
yeah, so that's basically
Derby. Yeah.
That's just the background. But no, I think it was just a drawing that they made to talk about what the Rattlesnake Derby is. Whatever, man, you get it. This has been a lot of publicity stunts that we've talked about tonight. And this is the last thing. I accidentally hit this earlier. But this is 1937. The Rattlesnake Derby is the one thing of the entire cavalcade that one shouldn't miss, inasmuch as one cannot find a Rattlesnake Derby any place else in the world. It is Carlsbad's own private idea. So there you go, Pepito. That is one of the many inventions here out of Carlsbad. I've never been to a Rattlesnake Derby. Have you?
They stopped.
Oh, did they?
No, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people that do it, but not as an event that I've seen. I've been to Rattlesnake Springs.
We could do it, though. We could bring it back. Who's going to stop us?
Start handling rattlesnakes. Okay. The rattlesnakes.
I think that is pretty good. I think we've covered it. Publicity stunts. Do you have anything else that you would like to add?
No, just the big enchilada from Las Cruces.
What about
that's a good one.
Yeah. There was a
free.
soccer tournament. The whole enchilada? Is that what the soccer tournament was? You weren't a soccer guy.
Now that you say that, I remember that though. Yeah, but I don't think it has to do with that, but it might. I didn't play soccer.
I don't know.
Right.
Pepito, we should close this thing.
I ate enchiladas.
What?
Cool. Wait.
No.
Paso?
No. Dude. Ay, Pepito. You're killing me. You ready to close this episode out and do some jam and everything?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, let's announce for next week we have a big episode, one that I'm really excited about. We're going to, hang on, what does the chat say? I want a fireman's burrito from Cecilia's in Albuquerque. I don't remember that one. Do you remember that place?
No, but I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, same here.
Great food out there.
But I want to announce our big topic for next week. It's one that I've done a lot of researching on. I'm really excited to get into it. And next week, hang on, there's somebody knocking at the door. I'll be right back. Hello?
Hello.
Who's this?
It's me, Pepito.
Oh, it's you. Okay. Thank you. Very funny. I'm going to hang up here because I've got you on the other side of this computer. I'm sorry that I had to deal with that really quick. There was a knocking on the door, and I'm actually glad that I answered it because it was one of those, what do you call it? Pepito. You know your actors, right?
Sure. All the time.
Yeah. Yes. So there was that one show, Freaks and Geeks. Who was the actor on that?
Seth Rogen.
Yes. Seth Rogen. Perfect. That's great. He was in that one movie?
Pineapple Express.
That's the one. How did you know that's the one I was talking about?
You're trying to figure out the word for the profession of the people that serve papers.
I know, but nobody was supposed to know that, Pepito. I'm building up to it.
Well, you said
I was gonna say
actors.
I was trying to say that Seth Rogen movie, Pineapple Express, he does that job where, what's it called?
I don't know the name of the job. I just know they serve legal papers.
Yes. Person who serves legal papers. That's who was at the door. It was, I got a court summons and I have to go to appear in court in a week from right now. And that normally wouldn't be a problem, but I have to appear in court in El Paso next Sunday night. My car is still in the shop. Do you think you give me a ride to El Paso next Sunday night?
My car is being spotty. Maybe we could borrow Soy Teresa's grandpa's antique bus.
Okay. Yeah, if you can talk her into it, I'd be down.
But
I guess this means that next week, for the first time ever, Caveman News is hitting the road and doing a live show for the first time, not in Carlsbad. We will be reporting live from El Paso? Ugh. Well, Pepito, thank you. Let's close this out.
You's a fool, baby. What's wrong with you, man?